Having a sense of financial security and stability is crucial for your mental health and your physical health. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about this, and I'm going to be sharing my own experiences with financial instability and just why it means everything that you have this day to day, month to month, year to year stability. I want to share my own experience with financial instability and growing to a place where I have financial stability and how much it has changed my life. Financial instability, I understand as if you don't have the resources coming in each month to cover your basic needs such as rent and food. Now, my experience wasn't that I didn't have an income, because I did. I was unemployed for 2.5 years. Some of that period I did get a bit more. I've been fortunate and privileged enough to live in Denmark, so my insurance and the state covered my income. However, the rent in the Copenhagen area is quite high, and food expenses are also high. So it was always a matter of considering what can I afford, what can I afford, because I also had to pay for the insurance. At that time, I was not a member of a union because that was an expense I could save. I had to really think about it if I wanted to go out with my friends. I had to really think about the food that I bought. And of course, this has also taught me some valuable skills in terms of saving, because I still really think about which food I buy, how much money I spend. And that means that I can keep my expenses to a minimum, but still considering how using my money brings value to my life. So right now I don't have to think as much about spending time with my friends or going out for dinner, because I do have enough money to do that now. But being in this situation where you can't really afford things necessarily, where you really have to be careful in your spending, because there's not a lot of space. There's not a lot of space in terms of when all of your steady expenses have been paid, all your rent and what other steady expenses that you have each month. Whenever that has been paid, you may not have that much money to pay for food and buying presents for family or friends' birthdays or Christmas. So it's always a matter of like having this awareness in your finances, and that causes a lot of stress. And it's also stressful being unemployed in and of itself, because you're constantly excluded by the labor market. In my case, it was because I didn't have enough work experience. It was after I graduated university, and a lot of people face this issue. And in Denmark now they have decreased that insurance as well, so it's even harder for people to make sure that they have enough to provide for themselves in terms of paying for rent and buying food, which are just necessities. So it's going to be even more stressful for them now. And for a long time, we have these concepts of working poor, which means you can work multiple jobs, still not have enough to pay for your basic needs or for the basic needs of your family members that you are responsible of providing for. We also have this term called the gig economy, which is an economy that is growing. Right now it doesn't take up that much space, but it's the freelancers, the Uber drivers, income made through renting your place out on Airbnb, all of these things, and in some cases it can be supplementary income, but in other cases that is maybe the Uber driver is the only job they have, so they are very much dependent on the gig to gig. They need customers in order to make everything go around. And these things, both of them, create financial instability. And of course, within the gig economy, you can grow your brand or whatever, sometimes, at least, depending on the business you're in. But if you're a content creator or a freelancer, sometimes you'll be able to grow your brand and your trustworthiness to a level where you can have financial stability, also if you're aware of maybe having multiple sources of income streams. But for some people, this having financial insecurity and instability is just how their lives are, and that has a negative impact on mental and physical health because it's stressful, and because it may be harder for people to get the nutrients their body needs. It makes it maybe harder for people to take care of their bodies in every single way, also because they don't have the means to do so. So financial insecurities are in every way not beneficial for a global society. And one way to change this could be by providing a universal basic income. Everyone has the right to pay for rent and for food. And then whatever they want to spend their money on, besides all of the necessities that they have to pay for, they have to work for it, or maybe give a bit of a buffer, so it's not so people that have disabilities or whatever, they still have more than enough to survive, and then those of us that are able can work for our money. And if there's also a tax system, then it would also be spread out a bit more on different levels, so people have access to the help and care that they may need in terms of their health. So that could be one way to change it, a universal basic income. There have been trials, research shows that it improves health in general, and it actually makes people want to work more because they have their basic needs covered. So, and some people also say it fosters entrepreneurial endeavors. So there are a lot of benefits, to just securing that people have what they need to survive, and it could have a lot of positive impacts for the world in general. So that was a bit about how financial instability has impacted my life. And right now, where I have a steady income, I feel very fortunate that I don't have to stress about my finances anymore. I'm in a way better place now because of it. So I hope that maybe you can reflect a bit about your own privilege, or you can reflect a bit about this economy and the good and the challenging things that it brings. Thank you so much for watching, and I just want to send you peace and love.